I think I'm almost done.
Are you?
I'm done at like 12:31. Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay, I guess we'll just go ahead and start a bit.
All right, man.
So, what attracted you to this project?
I think in the beginning, before I knew anything about it, I just heard the cast. I think at that point it was Gary, Harrison, and Liam. And then I, after that, read it and was like, man, this is rad. Just off the cusp of probably watching Limitless at the time, and I like that kind of that feel of paranoia that he has throughout the whole time. Like encroaching doom, people coming after him, but this also has a very relevant issue with technology and its advance. And I always hate even talking about that because I sound like, well, exactly what I am, which is believing more and more that Skynet is going to come, you mean
like from the Terminator series?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, it would get to that point eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, how soon is that going to be? And technology is such a double-edged sword. It's a great thing. It helps us out, it advances us, but it also makes us lazy and negligent, I think, in other ways.
So are you a tech-savvy type of person in real life, or?
I used to think that I was. Now I feel like a grandpa. The way things have advanced, and if I sit down with something, yeah, of course, but I think kind of the energy of people who are so into their social networking and phones all the time turns me off from it so much. But yeah, I can pick up anything if I just put my mind to it. I love video games. So if I'm interested in it, I'm really into it. But I just don't like talking to people I don't like talking to. So I don't like Facebook that much. But I do like getting in contact with people that I haven't talked to in a while. So I guess I do like Facebook. But it is kind of that like love-hate relationship.
I mean, it's sort of like a blessing and a curse at the same time, right?
Exactly.
I mean, for yourself, like trying to put yourself in the limelight, you have to either promote yourself or you have to value your privacy. Which direction do you try to go?
Right. Yeah, and it's I know because I don't like anyone knowing what's going on in my life, at all, including my parents, or anyone. I've always been that way. I just kind of like do my own thing, and if you don't want to get answers, don't ask questions, that kind of thing. But unfortunately, I give answers because if I use Twitter to promote and from the business side of things, people end up knowing more about me than I want them to. Yeah. Especially as an actor. Like, I'm pretty sure I've only got like 3 tricks up my sleeve, and I don't want to let anyone know what those are until I do those movies, and hopefully I can live off of that money for the rest of my life. But once I do that, my wad's blown, and I can't, kind of. But that's what so it is a double-edged sword, I have to, where you have to tightrope walk, balance it out.
So do you like kind of double think yourself when you try to post something, or or you just avoid it completely?
Yeah. Do I? Man, if I'm self-deprecating, do people think that's like annoying, and then will they listen to that? And then I'm like, who cares? Why am I giving so much thought to this? Or should I be kind of with the way I would joke with my dad, or does that sound arrogant? It's like, man, I gotta think about all this, and it's just too much for me sometimes. But there's so much value in it at the same time.
Video games is kind of interesting because it's starting to go towards that direction, especially the new Xbox One, where basically supposedly it has the Kinect, and it's supposed to post everything that you play or you do and everything like that. Doesn't that kind of make you paranoid?
Absolutely, and I think they really screwed up just announcing that was even a possibility. I know they went back on some of the things that they were saying, but the damage was already done. And I could get into their lack of exclusive titles and all that, but that's something different. That's just gamer nerd speak. But yeah, like what is so attractive about people knowing what's going on in your life? I don't get it. I don't understand it. It actually gets me really fired up. So I'm like, I never liked Facebook when it was first started because it was like you realize, like my uncles or I don't want to call anyone out specifically, but like people that. Like dudes, all of a sudden you get on Facebook and they're pouring their hearts out. You didn't realize all these people. Yeah. It's this inner monologue they just want to release, and I find that weak myself. It reveals too much about people that I don't even want to know. Yeah. I'd rather assume you're cool and not, total 16-year-old girl at heart on Facebook, and now I seem bitter about this whole experience. I actually really enjoy it, in moderation, social networking, but yeah.
You try to limit yourself.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned that on this project of the movie, you were attracted to, to the cast and everything, and not to mention that you said you read something about it. Were you attracted to the script or to the book itself?
No, I actually didn't. I hear the book's massively different than. But yeah, no, it was the script that I had read. Yeah, it's a shame to admit that I have not read the book yet.
Well, that's all right. And who were you really looking forward to working with in the movie? Honestly,
Gary Oldman and Harrison Ford, but I don't actually work with them. but
yeah, I noticed that your scenes were very limited. With those guys, most of the scenes were you and Liam.
Right. Yeah. So that was that. But but I still had a good time. Just anything that I was doing in the movie. Oh, I ended up getting to push Richard Dreyfuss around in a wheelchair, so that was cool.
Oh, you mean in the hospital scene?
Right, yeah, that was added later, so that's why it popped up in my mind. But I had a great time, man. I got to play something really different. Actually, like I said earlier, kind of closer to me in real life, but so different than what I play usually in movies.
Yeah, I did notice that you actually went in with this project, which is a lot different from all the different characters that you have played in previously.
Correct. Yeah, it really is. And I had a lot of fun because it was so different. Everything had like the socks and the high water pants, like hipster bull crap,
But you're nothing like your character in real life. Not.
I do like getting laid, probably. Like I said earlier, not as much as Kevin does, but yeah, I am like a total nerd video gamer. But I can't stand what he wears in the movie. It disgusts me, and that's why it was so much fun to wear it.
Yeah.
It's like I would never wear this. Anyone who does, I hate. No, I'm just kidding, but it was funny. It's funny and fun.
What kind of video games do you typically play?
I've actually got Monster Hunter 3 right there. Basically kill dinosaurs and dragons and use their bones and teeth to make bigger weapons to kill more dinosaurs and dragons. I used to play it when I was like 12, so now it's got it on the DS and I can play it online with people and it's nice, but I just played The Last of Us, which is a cinematic masterpiece.
I just started that just a few nights ago.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
You like? Have you ever seen The Road?
No.
Ooh, it's bleak. The game is kind of real though. I mean,
it's kind of fast paced actually.
Yeah.
But I'm not a good gamer in the sense of sneaking around.
Right. Yeah, but it does kind of. Are you familiar with Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like that, and I was so forced to because I wanted to see story, and I was playing it on a limited schedule because I only had so much time, so I really kind of breezed through the gameplay and just shoot my way through everything. But it's such a nice kind of espionage kind of sneak through. You can sneak your way through the whole game really, and use all these different methods to get through. But I kind of blaze through it just so I can see more of the story. The story is impeccable, dude. I mean, it's heart wrenching.
Yeah, the story is great. But I mean, honestly, with all your projects, where do you find the time to video game?
Oh, you'd be surprised, man. I mean, if I'm working and I can't even talk to people, I find myself, like this last one, I really had no time to talk to anyone for about 2 months. Because I would go home and sleep, go to Montreal, do X-Men, and then come back to this movie and then go and do this, And I worked for 15, 17 days straight once. And then I come out of it, and I'm dosed up on video games. I just can't do anything else. I can't think about work, I have to. So I find plenty of fucking time to dive in, to jack in, whatever they say in the Matrix. Yeah, get jacked in.
Get jacked in.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, one of the biggest projects that you do have coming up soon is X-Men, and you did complete that. And not only that, they announced that you're coming back to it.
So
in a nice, fashionable way by tweeting a photo of you. online, which is kind of ironic in the way that you're trying to value privacy, then all of a sudden the director just pushes out your photo. So one of the question is obviously have to be asked, what is up with that photo?
Yeah, well, I would challenge you or anyone else to kind of spot. There's 2 or maybe 3, but I'm pretty sure at least 2 other mutants in the background that are new to this movie.
Okay.
Not really new to the franchise, but new to. They've been reinvented, and they're in there. One has tattoos, and one has very distinct features. But you have to zoom in. I don't know if you'd be able to tell, but they're definitely there.
So they're definitely behind you in that photo.
In the room with me, yeah. Part of my platoon, I guess. But yeah.
So as part of your team, is that during the current time or past time? Can you say?
I probably could, but I kind of like people just guessing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Where were you there at the Comic-Con announcement, or you missed it?
Dude, alright, so I'm sitting here, I'm working on this other movie, which I'm so grateful to be doing, right?
Yeah.
But they all go. I've been there the past 4 years in a row. I always have the best time.
I know, I was looking for your in that big montage picture.
Right,
but go ahead.
The 1 year I'm not there, all of them are.
Uh-huh.
I own that place. I own Comic-Con. I run that shit. I'm kidding, but I always have a good time when I go, and that was the first year that they were all there and I wasn't. So hopefully it'll be different next year, but we'll see.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you're going to end up going to the next 5 Comic-Cons and play testing every single future games that's coming out. I mean, I did. They invited me to play the Metal Gear Solid anthology thing.
Oh yeah, man. Dude. I just actually worked with David Hayter, who does the voice for. He's the voice of Solid Snake.
Yeah.
He just directed his first movie. Me and Jason Momoa, and are in this movie together. And it's a werewolf movie. It's pretty fun. We did that last year. So that was at Comic-Con this year too, and I couldn't even promote it because I was busy working. But yeah, this was a big year for Comic-Con.
It is a big year for Comic-Con. Yeah. Too bad you missed the reuniting of X-Men. But speaking of what other projects that you said that you were working on that obviously you were so busy with.
I've got one called Sins of Our Youth, which is like a suspenseful. It's almost comedy, black comedy. But it's like 4 kids shoot their friend on accident, and then they kind of, the way that they kind of come up with to get out of it is to have a shootout, to kill each other, and the last one left gets the confession tape. But anyways, I did that, and the one I just did was a movie called Strings, where I play an underground DJ in New York with a terrible home life. My mom, played by Maria Bello, who was a killer. And then I end up going, I get overdose on drugs and have to go to drug rehabilitation with a father I've never met in North Dakota, and it just kind of like everything slows down. And I fall in love with, I fall for very abusively this girl in the local town, played by Carrington Payne, who's an excellent dancer, and there's kind of a dance element to it. And then Josh Duhamel plays my counselor, and he's great. And Laura Dern plays the other mom. It's kind of like a veteran town. It's a coming of age story. It's all, I don't even know how to explain it correctly.
Yeah.
But it's nice, and the director's such a competent guy, and the DP is amazing. I think it might turn out to be kind of neat,
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So just to wrap this up, obviously you have such a, how can you say, a resume of playing up all these different characters. Is there anything else that left that you want to do in life?
Man, there's so much that I want to do. I'm glad you recognize this, actually, because a lot of people just come in and they think that I just want to do Hannah Montana over again and over again. Not that it wasn't great.
I didn't bring Hannah Montana.
Not that I'd be offended if you did, but there's just like, it's like I don't find too much joy in that. I mean, that's not correct at all. But I don't find there's so much fulfillment that comes out of playing, like Kevin, so different than anything that I've ever been allowed to play. And yeah, I just love it. I love it when someone's like, "That was you?" I'm like, "Yes!" I scored, And I couldn't even put my finger on anything right now that I would just love to play that's different, which is more like, how different is it, and will you allow me to do that, Yeah.
But not like more thrillers, more horror, more love stories.
No, you know what? I could more point my thing. No horror for a while because I've done them before, real and I don't really want to repeat that over again. I just want to be a part of good movies.
Yeah.
People who really want to be there and really count a vision of what they're doing. And yeah, it's really all you can ask for at some point because you never know how it's going to turn out. But yeah, I guess the world is open. I always cut my guns on action movies though, so I could definitely be a part of those for the rest of my life.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. And going back to Paranoia, I love your scenes, and then there was that scene of the car accident. I was going,
oh yeah.
I was going, what, is Lucas the only one that really gets hurt in this?
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Because that I know it's probably stuntman, but yeah, you know. But
right. Yeah.
That's what I thought in the first place.
That's funny, man. Yeah.
Well, anyways, thank you very much.
Absolutely,
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry I didn't talk about Hannah Montana with you.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.